Have you ever witnessed history unfold right before your eyes? Imagine a sea of people stretching as far as the eye can see, united for a single cause. This was the reality on October 18th, 2025, during the No Kings protests. In what would become the largest single day protest in American history, nearly 7 million people, according to organizers, took to the streets across the United States. From the iconic National Mall in Washington, D.C., to the bustling streets of New York City and Chicago, Americans made their voices heard against the policies and actions of Donald Trump's second presidency. But how did this monumental event come together? Behind the scenes, about 200 organizations, including powerhouses like the ACLU, Planned Parenthood, and the Democratic Socialists of America, joined forces. This coalition spanned a broad spectrum of causes, from environmental groups to labor unions, all united under the banner of democracy and civil rights. The October 18th protests weren't a standalone event. They were the culmination of a season of dissent. Following the No Kings protests in June, the Free America Weekend, and the Good Trouble Lives On protest, October's demonstrations were a crescendo of public outcry. Peace was a priority. Organizers, adamant about maintaining a nonviolent stance, conducted virtual safety trainings with the assistance of the ACLU. Their efforts ensured that the rallies not only remained peaceful, but also powerful. While the heart of the protest beat strongest in the United States, its pulse could be felt around the globe. In solidarity, demonstrations sprouted in Western Europe and Canada, with significant gatherings in cities like Barcelona, Madrid, and Paris. The global response underscored the universal appeal for democracy and human rights. What drove millions to take to the streets? Beyond the immediate reaction to policies and leadership they disagreed with, these protests represented a broader call to action, a demand for accountability, a plea for equality, and a fight for the soul of democracy. The No Kings protests of October 18th, 2025, will be remembered not just for their size, but for their message. In a democracy, there are no kings, only the collective voice of the people. As we reflect on this historic event, it's clear that the No Kings protests were more than just a moment in time. They were a movement that showed the power of unity, the strength of peaceful protest, and the enduring spirit of democracy. In the end, the No Kings protests of October 2025 remind us that when people come together, change is not just possible, it's inevitable. And as we look to the future, let's carry forward the lesson that our collective voice is the most powerful force for change in a democratic society. Remember, history is not just about the past, it's a guide for our future. As we move forward, let's not forget the power we hold when we stand united for justice and democracy. The No Kings protests didn't just make history, they showed us the way forward. Thank you for joining us on this journey through a pivotal moment in American history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Together, let's continue to learn, grow, and make a difference. End of video.